A secret report inside Buckingham Palace has been the subject of speculation for years. It reportedly contains details from an internal investigation into allegations of bullying within the royal household. But the question that continues to intrigue royal watchers is not just what might be inside that report. The real mystery is why it has never been made public. Some commentators believe that Prince William, the Prince of Wales, may be keeping the findings quietly in reserve as a form of strategic protection for the monarchy. If that theory is correct, the document could become one of the most significant pieces of unseen evidence in the ongoing tension between the royal family and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The story traces back to 2021, when several former staff members who had worked for Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, raised concerns about their experiences inside the royal household. According to reports at the time, some employees described an atmosphere that they felt was highly stressful while working within the Sussex office during their time in the United Kingdom. In response to those claims, Buckingham Palace launched an internal investigation to examine the allegations and speak with staff members involved. The palace confirmed that the review would focus on understanding the workplace culture within the household and whether improvements were needed. However, when the investigation concluded, the outcome was never publicly released. There was no detailed summary and no formal publication of the findings. Instead, Buckingham Palace stated that changes had been made to internal human resources procedures and workplace policies. Since then, the report itself has remained confidential, which has only fueled speculation among commentators and royal analysts. Some believe the palace chose discretion in order to protect the privacy of employees who participated in the investigation. Others think the royal household simply wanted to avoid escalating an already tense public narrative. Within the British monarchy, silence has long been part of the institution's strategy for handling controversy. The famous phrase often associated with the royal approach is, "Never complain, never explain." For decades, the palace has relied on that philosophy to prevent disputes from dominating headlines. Yet in the modern media environment, silence can sometimes create as many questions as it answers. In this case, the absence of a public report has allowed rumors and theories to circulate widely. One theory that has gained attention among some royal commentators is that Prince William may view the report as a form of defensive documentation. The suggestion is not that he intends to use it aggressively, but rather that the palace may want to retain clear records in case the institution needs to respond to future claims. Over the past several years, Prince Harry and Meghan have spoken publicly about their difficult experiences within the royal family through high-profile interviews, documentaries and other media projects. Their perspective has attracted global attention and has sparked an ongoing debate about the internal dynamics of the monarchy. From the palace's perspective, maintaining detailed records of internal investigations could be seen as a way to ensure that the institution is prepared to address criticism if necessary. If the report contains information that clarifies the situation surrounding those workplace allegations, it might serve as a safeguard for the royal household should questions arise again in the future. Whether or not that interpretation is accurate, the idea that the document might exist as a form of strategic reserve has become a topic of discussion among royal observers. The situation cannot be separated from the broader strain that has developed between Prince William and Prince Harry over the past several years. For much of their lives, the two brothers were widely regarded as one of the strongest partnerships within the royal family. After the death of their mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, the brothers often appeared together at public events and charity initiatives. Their shared experiences created an image of unity that resonated strongly with the public. That dynamic began to shift after Meghan Markle joined the royal family. As a former actress from the United States with an established public profile, she brought a different perspective into an institution deeply rooted in centuries of tradition. Differences in communication style, media engagement and expectations about royal life gradually became part of the public conversation surrounding the Sussexes. By early 2020, Prince Harry and Meghan announced that they would step back from their roles as senior working royals and move to North America. The decision, often referred to in the media as Megxi, marked one of the most dramatic structural changes within the modern royal family. Since then, the couple have built a new life outside the United Kingdom while continuing to speak openly about their experiences during their time within the royal system. Their comments have occasionally included criticism of how the institution operates, which has inevitably kept tensions with the palace in the spotlight. At the same time, the royal family has largely maintained its traditional approach of avoiding direct responses to personal allegations. Another aspect frequently discussed by commentators is the difference in leadership style between Prince William and his father, King Charles III. King Charles is often described as someone who prefers gradual change and careful diplomacy within the institution. Throughout his decades as Prince of Wales, he frequently emphasized continuity and stability as essential to the monarchy's survival. Prince William, however, is sometimes portrayed by analysts as representing a more modern approach. Many observers believe he understands the pressures facing the monarchy in the 21st century, including intense global media scrutiny and shifting public expectations. As the future king, he may prioritize protecting the credibility of the institution in a more proactive way. If that interpretation is accurate, keeping detailed documentation from sensitive investigations could be viewed as part of a long-term effort to safeguard the monarchy's reputation. The media has also often compared Catherine, Princess of Wales, formerly Kate Middleton, with Meghan Markle. These comparisons are sometimes based on their different backgrounds and public personas. One moment frequently revisited by commentators is the contrast between their engagement interviews. When Catherine appeared alongside Prince William after their engagement announcement in 2010, she spoke candidly about how nervous she felt when first meeting Queen Elizabeth II. Many viewers interpreted that admission as a sign of humility and respect for royal tradition. In contrast, Meghan's engagement interview with Prince Harry in 2017 showed her presenting herself with confidence and ease in front of the cameras. Supporters saw this as the natural poise of someone already experienced with media attention. Critics, however, interpreted the same confidence as evidence of a cultural difference between Hollywood celebrity and royal protocol. Over time, such comparisons have become symbolic of a broader debate about how the monarchy should evolve in a modern world. All of this brings the conversation back to the unresolved question of the investigation report. If the document were ever released publicly, it could significantly shape how people interpret the events surrounding those workplace allegations. If the report confirmed serious concerns about staff treatment, it could have a substantial impact on Meghan's public reputation, particularly as she and Prince Harry continue to develop media and philanthropic projects internationally. On the other hand, if the report did not substantiate the claims, its publication might clear lingering doubts and provide a definitive conclusion to the controversy. That possibility is precisely why the issue remains so sensitive. Any decision to publish or withhold the report involves weighing the potential consequences for multiple individuals and for the institution itself. For now, the findings of the investigation remain inside Buckingham Palace archives. No official timetable for publication has ever been announced, and the palace has given no indication that the document will become public in the foreseeable future. As long as it remains confidential, speculation is likely to continue. What is clear is that the relationship between the royal family and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex remains one of the most closely watched stories in modern royal history. The choices made by Prince William, King Charles and other senior figures will shape how the monarchy navigates this chapter and how it presents itself to future generations. And that brings us to the question many people continue to debate. Is the confidential report simply a private internal document meant to protect staff and preserve discretion, or could it represent a strategic safeguard for the royal family should tensions escalate again? Until the contents are revealed, the answer remains unknown. But the possibility that such a report exists, and the fact that it remains unseen, ensures that this royal mystery continues to spark discussion around the world.